20 perfect, 10 out of 10 games of last 5 years. The Talos Principle 2. So the Talos Principle 2 is one of those rare puzzle games that doesn't just test your brain, it straight up makes you question reality. If you played the first game, you already know the vibe. Mind-bending logic puzzles mixed with deep philosophical storytelling, but this one, it takes everything the original did and expands on it in the best way possible. First off, the puzzles. Oh man, these are some of the smartest, most rewarding challenges I've seen in any game. They start off simple, moving lasers, redirecting beams, stacking objects, but before you know it, you're juggling multiple mechanics at once, solving massive multi-stage puzzles that make you feel like a genius when you finally crack them. And the best part? They're never unfair. The game gives you all the tools, all the clues, you just have to put the pieces together. No cheap frustration, just pure aha moments. But here's the thing, the Talos Principle 2 isn't just about puzzles, the story is insanely good. You're in this world where humanity is gone, and all that's left are these advanced AI beings trying to figure out what it means to exist. Like, imagine if robots had to build their own civilization while also grappling with existential dread. The game constantly throws these deep, thought-provoking questions at you about free will, identity, consciousness, but it never feels like a lecture. It's just naturally woven into everything you do.
Is brave enough to answer its call. We await you upon our island.
And let's talk about the world. This game is gorgeous. Every location has this dreamlike, almost surreal beauty to it. Ancient ruins, futuristic cities, these massive open landscapes that make you stop and just soak it all in. It's not just some sterile puzzle game where you move from one test chamber to the next. This is a full-blown, open-ended journey where exploration actually matters. Easily one of the best puzzle games in years. A 10 out of 10, no question. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 delivers on the promise of its predecessor and then some. It's a visceral, action-packed experience that perfectly captures the feeling of being a Space Marine. The combat is brutal and satisfying, with every swing of the chainsword and blast of the bolter feeling weighty and impactful. They've refined the formula from the original, making it even more fluid and engaging. Beyond the action, the story is surprisingly compelling. It's not just a mindless excuse for violence. There's a well-written narrative that explores the Warhammer 40k universe and its lore. The characters are interesting, and the story kept me hooked from beginning to end. Visually, the game is a treat. The graphics are impressive, the environments are detailed, and the Space Marine armor looks fantastic. The level of detail on the Tyranids is suitably gruesome, and the overall presentation is top-notch. The gameplay has also been expanded in meaningful ways. The customization options allow you to tailor your Space Marine to your playstyle, and the squad mechanics add a layer of tactical depth. It's not just about running and gunning, there's strategy involved. Overall, Space Marine 2 is a fantastic game. It delivers on the core experience of being a Space Marine with brutal combat, a compelling story, and impressive visuals. It's a must-play for fans of Warhammer 40k and action games alike.
Adventure. And this game has everything you'd expect.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This feels just like an indie movie. You travel to cool places, explore old ruins, and find hidden treasures. The story is good, lots of exciting stuff happens. It keeps you guessing what will happen next. You've got the whip, the hat, the whole look. They nailed that part, at least. The whip feels good. That's a big deal, because if the whip sucks, the game kind of sucks. It's like Indy's whole thing. You do a lot of exploring, which makes sense. Indy's not just a brawler, he's an archaeologist, so you're checking out old ruins, finding hidden stuff, solving puzzles. That part sounds pretty cool. It's like being on a real adventure, digging up secrets and all that. The story is, well, it's an Indiana Jones story. You know the drill. Bad guys, ancient mysteries, Indy saving the day. It's not Shakespeare, but it's fun. It's like a good action movie. You don't go in expecting deep philosophical stuff. You go in for explosions and cool stunts, and this game surely delivers on that front. So, should you play it? If you like Indiana Jones, probably. It's not gonna blow your mind, but it's a fun time. You get to be Indy for a few hours, swing that whip, and explore some cool places. It's like a playable action movie. And honestly, sometimes that's exactly what you're looking for. Just a good, fun time. Don't expect the game of the year, but if you want some classic indie action, this might be worth checking out. Disco Elysium. Okay, Disco Elysium. This game This one's different. It's not your typical action-adventure, not your usual RPG. It's weird, but in a good way, like a really good way. It's a detective game, kind of. You're a cop, but not a very good one. You're a mess, actually. You're hungover, you've got amnesia, and you're trying to solve a murder, but it's not just about finding clues. It's about figuring out yourself. The whole game is built around dialogue, talking to people, exploring your own thoughts, arguing with your own brain. It's like your inner monologue is a character, and you can choose what it says. It's wild. The writing is incredible, it's funny, it's dark, it's insightful, it's like reading a really good book, but you get to choose what happens, and the characters, they're all messed up, but in a relatable way. They've got their own problems, their own motivations, it's not just black and white, it's all shades of gray. There's no real combat, which is weird for a game about a cop. Instead, you've got skill checks. You try to do something, and your skills determine whether you succeed. It's like a tabletop RPG, but it's all happening in your head. It's not for everyone. It's slow, it's talky, and it's definitely not a power fantasy. You're not some badass hero. You're a flawed, broken person trying to do the right thing. But if you're into story-driven games, if you like to think and explore and get lost in a world, then Disco Elysium is definitely worth checking out. It's a unique experience, something you won't find anywhere else. The Outer Wilds. This game is something else. It's hard to even describe it without spoiling anything, which is tough because the less you know going in, the better, but I'll try. It's a game about space and time and loops. You're an astronaut exploring a solar system, but it's not like any solar system you've seen before. Everything's changing, everything's on a timer, and you're stuck in a 22-minute loop. So you've got to figure things out fast. You're exploring planets, reading ancient texts, trying to piece together what's going on. And every time the loop resets, you start over, but you keep what you learned. It's like Groundhog Day in space. The cool thing is, it's all about discovery. The game doesn't hold your hand, it just gives you this world and says, go explore. And you do. You follow clues, you make connections, and you slowly unravel this mystery. It's incredibly satisfying when you finally figure something out. The planets are all unique too. They're not just generic space rocks. They've got their own quirks, their own secrets, and the way they change over time is mind-blowing. It's like the whole solar system is alive. It's not a combat game, really. It's more about exploration and puzzle solving. You're using your brain, not your reflexes. And the story, it's a really good story. It's about the nature of time and the universe and what it means to be alive. It's deep, but it's also fun. The Hades is just smooth, it's stylish, it's fun, it's addictive, it's a roguelike, which means you're going to die a lot, but it never feels frustrating because every time you die, you get a little bit stronger, a little bit closer to escaping the underworld. You play as Zagreus, Hades' son, and you're trying to get out of hell. Your dad's not too happy about it, so he's throwing all sorts of monsters and traps in your way, but you've got the gods on your side, and they're giving you boons, special powers that change how you play. The combat is fantastic, it's fast, it's fluid, and it's satisfying. You've got different weapons, different builds, so you can always try new things, and the gods' boons, they can completely change the game. You can become a lightning god, a poison god, a god of dashing. It's wild. The art style is gorgeous, it's vibrant, it's colorful, it's just cool, and the music, amazing. It's catchy, it's energetic, it gets you pumped up for each run. But the best part? The story. Even though you're dying over and over again, the story keeps moving forward. You're learning more about the characters, their relationships, their motivations, and the voice acting is top-notch. Everyone sounds great, and the dialogue is witty and charming. Hades is just a perfectly crafted game. It's got great gameplay, a great story, great art, great music. It's just great. It's one of those games that you can pick up and play for a few minutes or a few hours, and you'll always have a good time. It's addictive, it's rewarding, and it's just fun. If you haven't played it yet, you're missing out. Seriously, go play it. You won't regret it.
Try not to drop me!
It Takes Two. This game is all about, well, taking two, specifically 2 players. It's a co-op only game, meaning you have to play it with someone else, and honestly, that's what makes it so special. It's a game about a couple, Cody and May, who are going through a divorce, and somehow they get turned into dolls, so they have to work together to get back to their human forms. Sounds kind of weird, right? It is, but it's also incredibly charming and creative. The gameplay is constantly changing. Every level introduces new mechanics, new challenges, new ways to play. It's like a mini-game collection, but it all flows together seamlessly. One minute you're platforming, the next you're solving puzzles, the next you're in a full-blown boss fight. It's never boring. And the levels themselves are amazing. They're imaginative, they're colorful, they're just fun to explore. Each level is based on a different aspect of Cody and May's relationship, and it's all tied together with the story. But the best part is playing it with someone else. It's a game that's designed to be played together, to be experienced together. You're constantly communicating, coordinating, helping each other out. It's a great way to bond with a friend, a family member. It's not a super long game, but it's a really enjoyable ride. It's lighthearted, it's funny, and it's surprisingly emotional at times. It's a game that celebrates teamwork and communication, and it's just a really good time. If you're looking for a game to play with someone else, It Takes Two is definitely worth checking out. It's creative, it's fun, and it's a great way to connect with another person. Just grab a friend, grab a controller, and get ready for a wild ride. It's a game that's best experienced together, and it's a game that you'll remember for a long time. Baldur's Gate 3. First off, it's based on Dungeons and Dragons, like really based on D&D. They've taken the rules, the classes, the spells, and put it all into this game. So if you're a D&D fan, you're gonna feel right at home. But even if you've never rolled a D20 in your life, there's a lot to love here. The story is epic, the characters are memorable, and the world is just begging to be explored. You've got choices to make, quests to complete, and all sorts of shenanigans to get into. The combat is turn-based, which might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's strategic, it's tactical, and it can be incredibly rewarding. You've got to think about your moves, plan your attacks, and use your abilities wisely. It's like a chess match, but with swords and spells. And the freedom, man, the freedom in this game is insane. You can do almost anything. You can talk to anyone, you can fight anyone, you can even romance almost anyone. It's your story, and you get to decide how it plays out. It's not a short game by any means. It's a long, involved adventure that can easily take you hundreds of hours to complete, but it's worth it. It's a game that you can get lost in, a game that you'll be thinking about long after you're done playing. Baldur's Gate 3 is a special game. It's a love letter to D&D, it's a showcase for great storytelling, and it's just a damn good RPG. If you're looking for a game that's deep, engaging, and full of possibilities, then this is the one. Just be prepared to lose a lot of sleep. You've been warned. Metro Exodus. This game is a trip, man. It's like a post-apocalyptic road trip through Russia, and it's wild. You're Artyom, same dude from the other Metro games, and you're finally getting out of those tunnels. No more claustrophobia, you're hitting the open road. Or, well, the open wasteland. You're not alone though, you've got a crew, a bunch of survivors, and you're all on this train, the Aurora. It's your mobile home, your base of operations, and it's chugging its way across the country. You're looking for a better place, somewhere you can actually live without getting eaten by mutants or irradiated. The game looks amazing, seriously, it's gorgeous. Even though it's a destroyed world, it's still beautiful. The different areas you go through are all unique and they all look incredible. Snowy forests, deserts, creepy swamps. It's all there and it's all rendered in painstaking detail. You'll just stop sometimes and stare at the scenery, it's that good. Gameplay-wise, it's a mix of a few things. Stealth is important. You don't always want to go in guns blazing because ammo's scarce and some of those creatures are nasty. So sneaking around, taking enemies out quietly, that's a big part of it. But when you do have to fight, it's intense. The gunplay feels good and the enemies are challenging. You've also got crafting, which is essential for survival. You're always scrounging for parts, making ammo, upgrading your gear. The story in this one is more personal than the other Metro games. It's not just about saving the world, it's about finding a home, building a community. You're not just some soldier, you're part of a family now. You've got people you care about, and you're fighting for them. It's a slow-paced game, for sure. It's not all action all the time. There are quiet moments where you're just exploring, taking in the atmosphere, talking to your crew. It's a game that lets you get immersed in the world, and it's a world that's worth getting immersed in. Yakuza like a dragon, Gaiden. Okay, so this is a bit of a different beast, even for the Yakuza series, which is already pretty wild. This isn't a mainline Yakuza game, it's more of a spin-off, a side story, focusing on Kiryu, the series' longtime protagonist. But he's not the Kiryu you're used to. He's lost his memory, or he's pretending to, it's a whole thing. He's going by a different name, Joryu, and he's basically trying to lay low, trying to stay out of trouble, which for Kiryu is basically impossible. The game takes place between Yakuza 6 and Yakuza Like a Dragon, so it's filling in a gap in the story, showing what Kiryu was up to during that time. And it's a pretty important gap because it sets up some stuff for later games. gameplay-wise, it's still Yakuza. So you've got your brawling, your mini-games, your crazy side quests. But it's a little different this time around. Kiryu's fighting style is a bit more refined, I guess you could say. He's got some new moves, some new abilities, and he's just generally a badass. As always, the story is interesting. It's not as epic as some of the other Yakuza games, but it's still a good story. It's more personal, more focused on Kiryu's internal struggles. He's trying to figure out who he is, what he wants, and what he's willing to do to protect the people he cares about. And the setting, it's a mix of familiar locations and new ones. You'll be going back to Kamurocho, of course, because you can't have a Yakuza game without Kamurocho. But you'll also be exploring some new areas, which is always nice. Yakuza Like a Dragon Gaiden is a shorter game than the mainline Yakuza titles. It's more of a focused experience, a smaller story that fits into the larger Yakuza universe. It's not essential to understanding the main plot, but it's a good way to spend some time with Kiryu and see what he's been up to. If you're a Yakuza fan like me, because this entry in the series has become one of my most favorite, you'll probably enjoy it too. It's a solid entry in the series, even if it's not the biggest or the most groundbreaking. It's just Kiryu being Kiryu, and sometimes that's enough.
Or Hanama-san's. Hurry!
AI, the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative. Ooh, that's a mouthful. This game is, well, it's a trip. It's a visual novel, it's a mystery, it's got some weird surreal moments, and it's all wrapped up in a package that's just unique. It's a sequel to the first Somnium Files game, but you don't necessarily have to play that one to understand this one, though it probably helps. You play as two different protagonists, Ryuki and Tama, and you're investigating a series of bizarre murders. These aren't just regular murders, though. They're weird. Like, really weird. The core gameplay involves investigating crime scenes, talking to witnesses, and then diving into people's dreams. Yeah, you heard that right. You literally go inside their dreams, which are called Somnium, and you try to find clues. It's like Inception, but with more anime. The Somnium sections are where things get really trippy, they're surreal, they're abstract, and they're often downright bizarre. You're solving puzzles, interacting with objects, and trying to make sense of these dreamscapes. It's a mind-bending experience, to say the least. The story is complex, with twists and turns and red herrings galore. It's a mystery that keeps you guessing until the very end. And the characters, they're all interesting. They've got their own quirks, their own secrets, and their own baggage. The game is heavily story-driven, so if you're not into visual novels, this might not be your thing. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of reading, and a lot of exposition. But if you're into mysteries, if you like weird, surreal stories, and if you're willing to put in the time to unravel the plot, then AI, the Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative is definitely worth checking out. It's a unique and memorable experience, a game that will stay with you long after you're done playing. Just be prepared for some interesting visuals and some seriously messed up stuff. It's that kind of game.
It's fine.
The Elden Ring. Let's chat about Elden Ring. This game, man, it's a phenomenon. Everyone's lost their minds over it, and honestly, it's kind of understandable. It's the latest thing from the folks who made Dark Souls, so you know what that means. It's gonna kick your butt repeatedly. But here's the thing, it's not just hard, it's also incredibly rewarding. It's like climbing a mountain. It's tough, you're gonna fall down a lot, but when you finally reach the top, the view is amazing. That's Elden Ring in a nutshell. It's a huge open world, which is a change from their other games. Usually you're stuck in these tight, interconnected levels. Here, they've blown the doors open, you've got this massive map to explore, and you can go pretty much anywhere you want, whenever you want. You're this character, the Tarnished, and you're on a quest to become Elden Lord. Sounds fancy, right? Basically, you gotta collect these great runes and then beat a bunch of super tough bosses. That's the basic idea, but there's a lot more to it than that. The story is actually pretty deep, but it's not just handed to you on a platter. You gotta find it, piece it together, read item descriptions, talk to NPCs. It's like a puzzle within a puzzle. The combat is classic From Software. It's all about timing, knowing when to attack, when to dodge, when to block. You're gonna die a lot. That's just how it is. But each death is a learning experience. You figure out enemy patterns, you learn from your mistakes, and you get a little bit stronger. Eventually, you'll get good enough to take down even the toughest enemies. And those bosses, forget about it. They're huge, they're intimidating, and they will absolutely destroy you the first few times you face them. But they're also incredibly well designed. Each one has its own unique moveset, and you have to learn it if you want to survive. It's a challenge, but it's a fair challenge, and when you finally beat one, it feels amazing, like you just conquered Everest. Elden Ring isn't for everyone. It's a demanding game and it requires patience and dedication, but if you're looking for a truly epic adventure, a game that will test your skills and reward your perseverance, then this is it. It's a masterpiece, honestly. It's a game that you'll be thinking about long after you're done playing. Just be prepared to die. A lot. Seriously, like a lot. But trust me, it's worth it.
You were Dad's biggest mistake, but I will fix it.
A Plague Tale Requiem. This one hit me in the feels. It's the sequel to A Plague Tale Innocence, and it continues the story of Amicia and Hugo, two siblings trying to survive in a plague-ridden France. But things are even worse this time around. A Plague Tale's Requiem is an absolutely gorgeous game. The environments are breathtaking, from ruined cities to eerie countryside landscapes. It's dark, gritty, and often unsettling, but there's a strange beauty to it all. The lighting, the shadows, the sheer level of detail. It's the kind of game where you just stop to take it all in, even when everything around you is bleak and horrifying. The story, absolutely heartbreaking. Amicia and Hugo are still on the run, desperately searching for a cure, but things keep getting worse. The plague is spreading, the rats are multiplying, and the world feels like it's closing in on them. It's a brutal journey that digs deep into themes of family, sacrifice, and just how far you're willing to go to protect the people you love. It's emotional, intense, and it'll wreck you. Gameplay-wise, it's a mix of stealth, puzzle solving, and some combat. You're sneaking past guards, using the environment to your advantage, and making the most of Amicia's sling and different types of crafted ammo. But the real nightmare? The rats. They're everywhere. Swarms of them, ready to tear you apart. Light and fire are your best friends, but the rats are always lurking, a constant, terrifying threat that never really lets up. At the heart of everything is Amicia and Hugo's relationship. They're so close, so dependent on each other, and the game really tests that bond. Amicia is willing to do anything to keep Hugo safe, and watching their relationship evolve through all the hardship is both beautiful and gut-wrenching. A Plague Tale Requiem isn't a happy game. It's dark, emotional, and at times straight up devastating, but it's also unforgettable. If you love story-driven games with deep characters and an atmosphere that sticks with you, this one is a must-play. Just be ready for an emotional punch to the gut.
Are you hurt?
No.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This game picks up right after the first part remake ends. Cloud and his buddies have escaped Midgar, that big evil city, and now they're out in the world trying to stop Shinra, the bad guys, and find Sephiroth, who's like the ultimate bad guy. It's basically a road trip, but you know, a Final Fantasy road trip, so it's not like you're just driving to the beach. And they're not just copying the old game either. They're adding stuff, changing things, making the story bigger and more detailed. So even if you played the original, you're gonna see some surprises. They're taking the core story and expanding on it, which is cool. The fighting is a mix of action and strategy. You can control Cloud directly, hack and slash, do all the cool moves, but you can also go into this tactical mode where you can tell your other party members what to do. It's a neat system. It combines the fast-paced action with the strategic thinking of turn-based combat. The game looks incredible. They've taken the places from the original and made them look amazing. It's like seeing them for the first time, only way better. And they've added new areas too, so you get to explore even more of the world. It's a beautiful game, visually stunning. The characters are great. Cloud, Aerith, Tifa, Barret, they're all back and they're all more developed. You get to know them better, learn more about their backstories, their motivations, and the voice acting is fantastic. Everyone sounds believable and the dialogue is sharp and funny. There's a ton to do in this game. It's huge. The main story is long, but there are also tons of side quests, mini games, and other stuff to keep you busy. You can easily spend dozens of hours playing this game, and you still won't see everything. It's not just a simple remake, it's a reimagining. They're taking the best parts of the original and making them even better. It's a tribute to the fans, but it's also a great game in its own right. If you're into Final Fantasy games, or if you just enjoy a good RPG, you should definitely check this out. It's an epic adventure, a visually stunning game, and a worthy successor to a classic. It's a must-play for RPG fans.
We do this back.
Ori and the Will of the Wisps. This one is, it's just wow. Visually, it's stunning. Like, seriously, it's one of the prettiest games I've ever seen. It looks like someone painted it and then it came to life. The colors are bright, the world is lush, and everything just moves so smoothly. Ori, the little creature you play as, he's so graceful, it's mesmerizing to watch him jump and dash around. It's a Metroidvania, which means you're exploring this big map, finding new powers and unlocking new areas as you go. Think of it like a puzzle box. At first, there are parts you can't reach, but as you get new abilities, you can go back and explore those areas. It's satisfying to see the world open up as you progress. The gameplay feels really good. It's tight, it's responsive, Ori can jump, dash, climb, and learn all sorts of other cool moves. It can be challenging, but it never feels unfair. The controls are so smooth, it just feels great to move around. You'll be zipping through the levels, dodging enemies, and solving puzzles with ease. The story is simple, but it's touching. Ori's trying to save the forest, and he meets a bunch of interesting characters along the way. It's a story about friendship, bravery, and making sacrifices. It's not super complicated, but it's emotionally resonant. You'll connect with Ori and the other characters, and you'll care about what happens to them. The levels are cleverly designed, the world is interconnected, so you're constantly finding shortcuts in hidden areas. The levels themselves are challenging, but they're also fun to explore. You'll have to use all of Ori's abilities to get through them, which makes it feel rewarding when you finally reach a new area. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is a fantastic game. It's beautiful, it's challenging, and it's emotionally engaging. It's a game that you can get lost in for hours, and it's a game that you'll remember long after you're done playing. If you like Metroidvanias, or if you just appreciate a well-made game, you absolutely have to play this. It's a work of art, plain and simple. Just go play it. You won't be disappointed. High Five Rush. Okay, so in High Five Rush, you are Chai, who's just a normal rockstar guy. Did that come off cool? Well, anyways, this game is just cool. It's like someone took a cartoon, a rock concert, and a video game and mashed them all together. It's a rhythm game, which means the music is super important.
You said you'd help out? Maybe this wasn't such a...
It's not just background noise, it's part of the gameplay. Everything you do, from hitting enemies to dodging attacks, is tied to the beat. You play as this dude, Chai, who's trying to become a rock star. He gets this robotic arm, and suddenly he's a target for this big evil corporation. The story is kind of silly, but it works. It's not trying to be some deep, meaningful narrative. It's just a fun, goofy story to keep things moving. The game looks awesome. It's all cel-shaded, which means it looks like a comic book. The colors are bright, the characters are stylish, and it's just visually appealing. It's like watching a cartoon come to life. It's got a really unique look. But the real magic of this game is the gameplay. It's all about hitting the beat. When you attack on the beat, you do more damage. It's a simple idea, but it's so satisfying. And as you get better, your combos get flashier, more stylish. It's like you're putting on a show while you're fighting. It's really cool. The music is great. It's a mix of original songs and some licensed tracks, and it all fits the game perfectly. It's upbeat, it's catchy, and it gets you pumped up for every fight. You'll be tapping your foot and nodding your head along with the music without even realizing it. The boss fights are a blast. They're challenging, but they're also creative. Each boss has its own rhythm, its own patterns that you have to learn. It's like a musical puzzle. You've got to figure out how their attacks sync with the music and then use that knowledge to take them down. And when you finally do, it feels great. Hi-Fi Rush isn't a super complicated game. It's not trying to be some deep strategic RPG. It's just trying to be fun, and it nails it. It's a game that you can pick up and play for a few minutes or a few hours, and you'll always have a good time. It's energetic, it's stylish, and it's just pure, unadulterated fun. If you're looking for something different, something that's not your typical action game, then definitely give this a try. It's a refreshing change of pace, and it's guaranteed to put a smile on your face. It's just a good time, plain and simple. Death Stranding. This game, it's a Hideo Kojima game, so you know it's gonna be weird. It's going to be divisive, and it's going to be unlike anything else you've played. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world where these ghostly creatures called BTs roam the land, and they're not friendly. They basically cut off society, made it impossible to travel safely. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, and your job is, well, it's complicated. You're a porter, basically. You deliver packages, but it's not just about delivering stuff. It's about reconnecting the fractured society. The gameplay is unique. A lot of it involves walking, like a lot of walking. You're traversing these vast landscapes, carrying heavy loads and trying not to fall over. It sounds boring, right? But it's actually kind of meditative. It's about the journey, not just the destination. But it's not just walking, there are challenges. You've got the BTs, which you have to avoid or fight. You've got rough terrain, which can be difficult to navigate. And you've got other players who can leave you helpful items or structures. It's a weird kind of multiplayer where you're not directly interacting with other players, but you're still connected to them. The story is, well, it's a Hideo Kojima story. It's convoluted, it's bizarre, and it's full of symbolism. It's about connections, about communication, about rebuilding society. It's also about babies in jars. Yeah, you'll just have to play it to understand. Death Stranding is not for everyone. It's slow-paced, it's weird, and it's definitely not a traditional action game, but if you're looking for something different, something that will challenge your expectations and make you think, then it's worth checking out. It's a unique and unforgettable experience. It's a game that you'll either love or hate, but you definitely won't forget it. It's Death Stranding. What else can I say? Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is like someone took all the best parts of Jet Set Radio and Tony Hawk, mixed them together, and then cranked up the volume. It's vibrant, it's got a great beat, and it's just pure unadulterated style. You're part of a graffiti crew and you're trying to take over the city. How do you do that? By grinding rails, doing crazy tricks, tagging walls with your graffiti, and basically just looking awesome while doing it. It's all about expressing yourself, showing off your skills, and making a statement. The game looks fantastic. It's cel-shaded, which means it has this cool cartoonish look. The colors are bright, the characters are stylish, and the whole world just pops. It's visually exciting, and it makes you want to jump into the game and start tagging. The gameplay is super fluid and fast-paced. It's all about movement, grinding, boosting, doing tricks, and keeping your momentum going. It's really satisfying to pull off a perfect combo, linking together a bunch of grinds and tricks without missing a beat. It takes some practice, but once you get the hang of it, it feels amazing. The music is killer. It's a mix of funk, hip-hop, and electronic music that fits the game perfectly. It's catchy, it's energetic, and it gets you pumped up to play. You'll be tapping your foot and nodding your head along with the music as you grind and tag. The story is pretty simple. It's about rival crews, about claiming territory, and about making your mark on the city. It's not a super deep or complex narrative, but it doesn't need to be. It's just enough to give you a reason to keep playing and keep tagging. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is all about the vibe. It's about looking cool, feeling cool, and doing cool stuff. It's a game that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's just pure fun, like Hi-Fi Rush. If you're looking for a game that's stylish, energetic, and just a blast to play, then you should definitely check this out. It's a breath of fresh air, a game that's all about expressing yourself and having a good time. It's like a shot of adrenaline, a game that will leave you feeling hyped and ready to go. Seriously, give it a try. You might just find your new favorite game. The Pentiment. This game, it's different. It's not your typical action-packed, high-octane video game. It's a narrative adventure, a story-driven experience set in 16th century Bavaria. It's a game about art, religion, history, and murder. Yeah, murder. You play as Andreas Mauler, a journeyman artist working in a scriptorium. You're basically helping to create illuminated manuscripts, those fancy hand-painted books from the Middle Ages. But then a murder happens and you get caught up in the investigation. The game's art style is really unique. It's inspired by those illuminated manuscripts with a flat, two-dimensional look. It's like the game itself is a living piece of art. And the way the text appears on screen like it's being written by hand is a really cool touch. The gameplay is all about dialogue and choices. You're talking to people, investigating the murder, and trying to figure out what happened. You get to choose what Andreas says, and those choices can have a big impact on the story. You also get to choose Andreas's background, his education, his skills, and those choices influence how he interacts with the world. The story is fascinating. It's not just a simple whodunit, it's a deep dive into the culture and society of the time. It explores the role of religion, the power of the church, and the lives of ordinary people. It's a historical mystery, but it's also a character study. Pentiment is a slow burn. It's not a game that you're gonna rush through. It's a game that you need to take your time with, to savor the dialogue, to appreciate the art, to immerse yourself in the world. It's a game that will make you think, a game that will stay with you long after you're done playing. If you're looking for something different, something that's not your typical video game, then Pentiment is definitely worth checking out. It's a unique and unforgettable experience. It's like stepping into a living history book, a beautifully crafted story that will captivate you from beginning to end. Hitman 3. This is the culmination of the World of Assassination trilogy, and it's a fantastic send-off. It's the ultimate Hitman experience, refined and polished to near perfection. You're Agent 47, the bald assassin with a barcode on the back of his head, and you're taking on some of the biggest, most elaborate targets in the world. The gameplay is classic Hitman. It's all about stealth, disguise, and improvisation. You're given a target, and you have to figure out how to eliminate them. Do you go in guns blazing? Do you sneak in disguised as a waiter? Do you poison their drink? Do you rig an accident? The choice is yours. The levels in Hitman 3 are incredible. They're huge, they're detailed, and they're packed with opportunities. Each level is like a sandbox, a playground for assassination. You can explore, you can experiment, and you can find countless ways to take out your target. It's all about creativity and freedom. The replayability is insane. Because there are so many different ways to approach each level, you can play them over and over again and still discover new things. You can try different disguises, different weapons, different strategies. It's a game that encourages experimentation and rewards creativity. The story is actually pretty good too. It ties together the loose ends from the previous games and provides a satisfying conclusion to the trilogy. It's not the most complex or groundbreaking narrative, but it serves its purpose. It gives context to the assassinations and adds a layer of intrigue to the gameplay. Hitman 3 is the best Hitman game yet. It's got everything that makes the series great: stealth, freedom, creativity, and replayability. It's a polished and refined experience that's sure to please both longtime fans and newcomers alike. If you're looking for a game that lets you be a master assassin, then this is it. It's the ultimate power fantasy, a game where you can plan and execute the perfect hit. Just try not to get caught.
Let's go.
Persona 5 Royal. This game is slick. It's not your average JRPG. It's got a unique blend of turn-based combat and social sim elements that just work so well. It's stylish, it's got a fantastic soundtrack, and it's just a blast to play. You play as Joker, a high school student who transfers to a new school in Tokyo. But you're not just a regular student. You're also a phantom thief, a group of vigilantes who fight against corrupt adults by entering their palaces, which are like mental representations of their twisted desires. The combat is turn-based, but it's fast-paced and strategic. You're exploiting enemy weaknesses, building up combos, and using personas, which are like manifestations of your inner self, to unleash powerful attacks. It's a deep and rewarding combat system. But the game is more than just fighting. It's also about building relationships with your confidants, the people you meet and befriend. These relationships give you bonuses in combat and unlock new abilities. It's important to spend time with your friends, get to know them, and help them through their problems. The story is engaging and thought-provoking. It explores themes of social injustice, corruption, and the power of rebellion. It's a story about finding your place in the world and fighting for what you believe in. The visuals are stylish and vibrant. The game has a distinct anime aesthetic, and it's full of personality. The character designs are memorable, and the environments are beautifully rendered. The music is fantastic. It's a mix of jazz, rock, and pop that perfectly complements the game's tone. It's catchy, it's energetic, and it gets you pumped up for every fight. Persona 5 Royal is a long game, but it's a game that you'll want to savor. It's packed with content, from the main story to side quests to mini games. There's always something to do, something to explore, something to discover. It's a must-play for JRPG fans. It's a stylish, engaging, and unforgettable experience. It's a game that will stay with you long after you're done playing. It's just cool. Seriously, if you haven't played it yet, you're missing out.